Hello everyone, Active Asshole on Roids here with another glorious rant for our right-wing freeper friends. That's Active Asshole on Roids, kryptonite for conservatives. See everyone? I too can go shirtless. Alex Jones, eat your heart out. Today, I'm going to tackle the projected monopoly the conservatives and jihadists think they have as stalwarts for the Second Amendment. Before I do that, however, I'd like to throw a shot across the bow to the few troll remarks I did get from jihadists on my own James Yeager vid. Again, I know they're beneath me, but I'm a vindictive son of a bitch, what can I say? T-Billies, get this through your heads. No one, aside from your mother, will miss you if you get into a shootout with the feds. You'll be just like that right-wing nutsack who took that kid hostage recently in my home state of Alabama. Your body is going to be riddled with more holes than Swiss cheese. The only difference is I'm actually going to be there after the fireworks to smoke your charred remains in my crack pipe. Who knows? Some of the shit you've been smoking might help me cope with my own situation. Now, with that out of the way, let's address the subject matter of this video. Conservatives sure love to co-opt the Second Amendment as their seemingly inassailable fortress from which to bitch and rave. But like every other social issue, it's just window dressing. Window dressing used to detract from their economic agenda. They almost remind me of another group of rightist pricks who also co-opt positions they don't necessarily support. Positions such as anti-coercion and marijuana legalization. What were they called again? Oh yeah, they were called libertarians, yeah. Yes. It really is about contingents of convenience. And my question to all the jihadists, all the so-called mainstream conservatives out there who sympathize with the more radical ones, with the more radical Bircher types on the issue of the Second Amendment is how can people whose post-World War II movement, a movement organized by a bunch of Birchers and former New Deal supporters turned Wall Street whores, how can they expect them to be principled? Whores who, in spite of making a lot of money off promoting the New Deal themselves, betrayed their original allies just because they didn't make as much money as they wanted. The very idea of a principled conservative is an oxymoron. It's always about convenience to them. They don't care about the Second Amendment. They never have. The very conservatives who and jihadists who hold the NRA and other groups up on some kind of pedestal just as easily and conveniently omit the fact that the NRA also lobbied for gun control. Yeah, that's right, gun control when it was convenient for them. The very same NRA lobbied for gun control historically when it was inconvenient for white people. They care about white people's rights to the Second Amendment. They care about white people's Second Amendment rights. You never saw these people coming to the aid of Black Panthers, that you never saw them coming to the aid to African Americans who wanted to use their Second Amendment rights against police in LA. You never saw them coming to their defense. No, they were quick to paint them as communists. They were quick to paint them as communist subversives. They were quick to pass gun control legislation in California when it was convenient to them. They were just as they were quick to pass laws shortly after their founding preventing black men from being able to own a six-shooter. Second Amendment defenders? No. Hell no. No. Believe me, if people on our side of the board care, if we believed in that whole Second Amendment remedies stuff, if we did the same shit, if we talked about the same shit that Ted Nugent James Yeager and Alex Jones talk about, if we raved and ranted about it being 1776 again like them, they would initiate a third Red Scare. Seriously, they would bring the hammer down on us so fast. They would have law enforcement busting down our doors. We'd be gathered up in mass and decried as traitors to America, and be subject to military tribunals and all that other garbage. Conservatives would do it to us in a heartbeat. The very idea that they give two living shits about the Second Amendment is laughable. Believe me, if those asswipes who committed all those domestic terrorist attacks back in the mid-90s over all that trumped up AM radio right-wing garbage that was being thrown around about Bill Clinton, all that conspiratorial ranting, if David Koresh and the Branch Davidians, if Timothy McVeigh and all those other Turner Diary reading nutsacks, these sovereign citizens movement nuts, these oath keepers, if those jackasses were left of center instead of right wing, oh man, conservatives would pass gun control faster than you could. Oh, they would pass it faster than you could say biggity boomaloo. Seriously, it is about the continuance of convenience. It always has been about convenience for them. There is no such thing as principled stands when you're when you're talking about conservatives. It's always about money. Money this, money that, and using social issues to get leveraged so they can win elections. You know, that's what it's always been about. Social Darwinistic policies, about upholding a cheap labor trap. You know, it's just, this is how they are. And we can't really expect anything different from them. I guess when you've dealt with one group of social Darwinistic trash, you're basically dealing with all of them. And that's all I have to say on this issue. Again, Active Assalon Pills. Yeah, I know I'm shirtless, but this is a parody video, damn it. Yes.